Damn, I done fucked up. All right, we're good. All right, Isaiah. So talk to me, brother. You got in a pinch. Now you got a great job, but you're thinking about going to special forces. What's your
Yes.
background to start with? What's your athletic background?
I mean, the most sports I've played was really just soccer.
Okay. So you know
I'm more of a
soccer
guy that
players.
just
Soccer players are soft as shit, right?
what I was like before high school, and then I stopped.
So you didn't
That's
do
the
no
only sports
sports in high
background I
school.
have. No,
Where'd you grow up?
around the world because my parents were in the military.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask you this, bro. I done already sized you up. You really think you got what it takes to go be a Green Beret?
Yes,
Okay. How fast are you running right now?
I stopped running recently when I got the job offer, but my 2 mile was just under 13 minutes.
Okay, so just under 13 minutes, like we wanted about 12, 15, somewhere in there. But that's fine, that's solid. What's your 5 mile?
That was a little slow. It's around 39 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad. You know, we got a 32 in the ranks, but we want 35 on 5 miles. 7-minute miles isn't too bad clip. All right, so you got this good ass job making 7. Okay, how old are you?
Yes, I'm 23.
Okay. Let me ask it this way, man. What do you really want to go to?
That's the thing, because it's been something I've been thinking about a long time. I don't know, I've been through a lot of things in the past. It's really more of like trying to find a belonging
Okay.
for me personally.
And you got a college degree, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. So I guess my question to you, what do your parents do in the military? What'd your parents do?
My dad, he was a mechanic. He was in Desert Storm and Iraq. And my mom, she did peacekeeping in Somalia.
Okay.
My dad retired after 20.
And what's your mom doing?
She is a budget analyst.
Okay. All right. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. Like, I don't necessarily know if leaving a $70,000 a year job to go join the military is the right answer. I can't answer that question for you. Okay. But I know this. You can't leave a $70,000 a year job to enlist in the Army to go on your 18 X-ray contract. I know that for a fact. So what does that mean to you?
Go officer.
You have to go officer. Okay. And the reason I say that is because if you were to go enlist on an 18 X-ray contract right now and not make it, you got 4 years of changing tires and changing oils, right? And like that would be a bad decision on your part. But if you take an officer billet and you go infantry in the officers, and then you do your, you got to do 3 years, but the pipeline's like 3 years long anyway. And then you can go to AFAS and screen for Green Berets. You'll be in a lot better headspace. And I would be a lot like right now, I just see you being really green, right? Like I see you making some dumb decisions in the last year, kind of being green behind the ears, and green dudes don't make it through special forces. Okay, they just don't. Like, especially in the Army, with as old as the Army special forces are, like the age difference, like Navy SEALs are like 26 years old. Green Berets is like 34, something like that. It's crazy how much difference there is in age between the special forces. Rangers is young, right? Rangers is a bunch of young dudes.
So you mean green as in life experience?
Yeah, green is life experience and maturity, right? Like I could have got pinched doing dumb shit too when I was your age. I just didn't get caught, right? I'm not trying to say that I'm high and mighty or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I think it would serve you well to go do 3 years as an officer in the infantry unit and then, go Green Berets or Army Rangers, because then you've cut your teeth at that level where you can shine, right? You articulate dude, you went to college, you got all this stuff going for you, but you know, like I can't have you go enlist in the Army right now on an 18 X-ray contract. You know, so that's a decision. You got to make a decision, right? And I'm gonna tell you like this: like you doing accounting work right now or something like that.
It's so I'll be a general supply specialist. It's where I'm working is in soldier survivability. So
Okay.
it's about, all their body armor, the helmets, even camouflage and like the camouflage on the face that's like infrared, something like that,
Okay.
and free fall equipment. And what we do is we field it wherever the unit is.
Okay.
So I'll be, signing off on papers and having other people sign off on it. I'm still pretty new to the job, so I don't know all about it. But
All right, I'm gonna send you a text message with a request. I'm gonna hit you with a quiet request. Um, I just think you got to make a decision, bud. You know, like I know me, I'm not gonna be happy doing nobody's paperwork, right? Handing out cups and jocks to athletes. Like I want to be the dude on the field. I don't want to be the dude handing out fucking Nike cleats and shit. You know, so but you got to make a decision, right?
yeah,
10 years from now, you huh?
it's crazy because I didn't see this coming at all. Like I really messed up when I was living on my own, and just I was really hungry, and my mind wasn't in the right space, so I just stole food. So at
Hmm.
the time, I was thinking like, you don't have a right to make me pay for this kind of a thing. I was just being
How'd
dumb,
you get caught?
and
Like, why didn't you run?
I I did a few times. This was one of the times
Where
that
at? Where were you live?
I was in Atlanta, Georgia,
Okay. Okay. So you got some
and
fast people in Atlanta. They run you down.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But
Uh, but here's the deal, right? Like I tell everybody, man, we all come from different places. It's not where you came from, it's where you go. So
yeah,
for your case, right, like you got out with nothing, right? You didn't get no conviction, you didn't get nothing.
nothing. And I
It
was
just
I was waiting for that court date because
okay,
this happened in March 2019, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep training for special forces. Is what I want to do.
okay.
And I was gonna have a court date in July of that same year, and then 2020, not 2019, and then it got canceled, and I had no idea when the court date was.
Okay.
So I was
So
like, I'll just keep up on training, and then
what'd
I
your
got the job
parents say
offer.
about it? What'd your parents say about the whole thing?
They I didn't call anyone when
Do your
I
parents
was in
know about
jail.
it?
They do, like, I called them a few days after I
Okay.
was let out. But my dad, he leveled with me. He was like, I've done dumb shit in the past too. We're not
Mhm.
goody two shoes. Don't be afraid to tell us anything.
So
And
so so understand this, right? I just want you to understand how crazy it is in 2020. Okay. I got arrested like 7 times in high school. There is no way I would have went to the Naval Academy in 2021, right? Like there's no like in today's day and age, you don't have no recourse for failure, right? Like you make a bad decision, you're screwed for your life, man. Like I got a kid right now. One of my favorite people that I've coached went away. He got convicted of rape, and he did 4 years in prison, almost 5 right now. He's getting ready to get out. Okay. The kid is a rocket scientist. The kid had a 4.0 with us, played football for us, but he just lived on the edge. Okay. And I told him it's crazy because we had a meeting, the first meeting with the freshmen. I said, dude, one of two things. You're going to go to the NFL or be a really successful person, or you're going to end up dead. Like he was that guy that was all or nothing. So he's getting ready to get out of prison. And he's already got his BA, he got his undergrad in prison, and he's getting ready to get his master's in finance. Okay. Well, he's a convicted felon.
mhm.
So the one dude that I want to call on his behalf, I can't call. Okay. And I'm still going to talk to him about it, but there's two things that I got to see. Okay. He got to go to AA meetings. He can't drink. When he drink, he get in trouble. Okay. I don't know if he's willing to make that adjustment. We'll find out when he gets out here shortly. We'll see if 5 years in prison straighten him up and matured him enough to get him on a straight and narrow. Okay. But my next phone call is going to be to a guy in the FBI because they have the criminal unit, right? Where they take criminals to do criminal shit and catch people. Okay. And this kid is not like, he's not your run of the mill smart kid. The kid borderline brilliant. Okay. Like he might be a genius, but he's also a caveman. Okay. But my point to you is, and we've had a lot of long conversations about this, right? Like I understand sometimes you get caught for something you may not have done, but like I explained it to him, I said, you've done a lot of shit that would have got you more than 4 years in prison. He said, yeah. I said, okay then. So you can't get mad when you get pinched on something you didn't really do, but you've been living that life that you could have got pinched on 15 other things that you would have gotten, you know? So he did well, man. Like, fuck, no one want to go to prison, but whatever. So my point to you is understand this going forward, bro. You got lucky, man. Right? You got so lucky, like you were able to get away with a failure and it's not costing you your life. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just say that to you because I want you to understand, man, like, look, but life, you don't get a lot of chances in life, man. You know, I got shot in high school. You know, it didn't really do nothing to me. I got shot. I went running the next day. I had a bullet. I still got a bullet in my hip, but it didn't cost me going to the Naval Academy, right? You know, I made a really bad decision when I was 26, man, like a catastrophic decision. And then it turned from catastrophic to nuclear. Okay. And 2021, I easily could, you know, I could be sitting in prison for 20 years. All right. But I didn't get pinched on. That was the last real bad decision that I made. Okay. I was 28 years old. Last real bad decision. I ain't made a bad decision after that. Not a bad decision that would be fatal, right? Like go to prison, nothing crazy. Okay. But I was also living on the edge myself. So take all that into account. The real question you got to sit down and ask yourself, Isaiah, is do I want to sit at this desk and hand out jock straps the rest of my life? Or do I want to go be in the fight? Because the jock strap job is always going to be there. You can always get a job handing out cool gear. You know, are they going to send you to free fall? You get to go to free fall school?
No.
Okay. You get to shoot guns?
No.
You just handing out helmets and body armor and get paid $70,000 a year, get to go on deployments. That's up to you, bro. Right? You got to ask yourself, I can't answer that question for you. Right? But to me, it's an easy solution. Go do what you got to do, get your officer job. Okay? Do this job until you get picked up for the officers. Go infantry. They'll take you in 1 second. Go infantry, keep training, doing all the stuff you're doing. You go to infantry unit, you'll be closer to the selection process. You'll learn more about it. You'll learn land nav, you'll learn all that stuff you need to know to be successful at selection. And then 3 years from now, you go to AFAS and you crush it. Okay. Right now, I don't like looking at you and just hearing you talk. I don't think you show up at nobody's special forces selection and crush. Okay. And that's just me. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying what I see right now, I see a guy that needs to go in the military for 3-4 years and understand what he's trying to truly go do to then be successful to go do it. Because I tell everybody the easiest part is the running and the swimming and the rucking. That's the easiest part. The hardest part is that mental game that you got to be able to play with yourself and everybody else to be successful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. What kind of questions you got?
No, that's pretty much it. And I'm thinking it would be good to do this for a few years, and
Do
also set
what?
up a TSP, this job, and set up a retirement plan. I think that would be good, and keep that going if I go officer in the military, right?
Yeah, you can do that. Set up a retirement plan. Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. But what I'm going to tell you is, ain't no way I'm doing this job for 2 years. Not if I'm going to go officer in the military. Start the process with the officers. It'll probably take you three to 6 months to before you leave, because you got to go to basic, then you go to OCS, then you go to IOBC, then you go to Ranger School, right? You still gonna get through some high speed stuff. You go to airborne, and go get all that stuff done. But it'll take you probably 4 to 6 months to go into the Army. But I wouldn't be in no rush to like keep doing that job for 2 years. Because let me ask you this: what is gonna make you more prepared in 2 years than you are right now?
Nothing if it's at this same job. Actually, now that I think about it,
Nothing, right? I probably could train my 9-year-old to do your job if all you're doing is making sure that you sign out equipment and sign it back in, right? So you think about it like, now I wouldn't send my 9-year-old on deployment. However, doing the actual job, right? That's what you got to kind of think about. Okay. How'd you get the job? Did you get hooked up with the job? Did someone hook you up?
I applied on this job fair. Like I
Okay.
sent in a resume, and they told me I have no background for it, but because of the different jobs I've had in the past, they said it shows I hustle, and that's why they picked me.
Okay, good.
And
Good.
um,
So you go
it's
from zero
apparently
and hungry, zero and
yeah,
hungry to a $70,000 a year job, right? Take that opportunity and run with it.
yeah, that's what I did.
I'm just saying to you, Isaiah, you got to sit down and ask yourself what you really want to do, bro. Right? And ain't nobody can answer that question. Right? You grew up in the military, man. I love the Army, man. I grew up in the Army. I love it. Okay. I love the military. If I had my way, would I love to be in the military right now? Absolutely. I wasn't built for what I had to take in the SEAL teams. Okay. I grew up too footloose and fancy free to sit there and be anybody's whooping boy. Okay. But it's different, right? So you got to ask yourself, and I said this a couple of times, but you have to ask yourself, what's going to make you get up in the morning and smile and be happy to go to work, right? You ain't giving me one inkling of signing out hard hat helmets and body armor and parachutes making you happy. You ain't smiled one time talking about your current job,
No,
okay? But I know this
yeah,
leadership, people, like I love the military. I love going to see my division every morning on my ship, man. Everybody smiling. What's up? What we doing today? Are we gonna paint? I want to paint. Okay. What do y'all want to do? Like just that. It's like being on a team all the time, man. It was awesome. So you got to ask yourself what you want to do, because and here's the other thing. I'm gonna tell you, make a decision and run with it. Don't sit here and be trying to figure out the best thing and all that. Like going in the military for 4 years is never a bad decision as an officer, ever. It's never a bad decision. You're not making a bad decision, because you're going to learn so much in those 4 years about leadership. It don't matter what you're going to do, right? And when you get out, you can always get a $70,000 a year job. Always. You can always get a $70,000 a year job as a officer with an officer from the United States military. Period. Okay. And you
yeah.
just don't go ahead.
I think part of me is just scared of going back to the financial situation I was in before, to
What,
where
what do you mean? Dog? You don't go in the military.
I know.
You're rich. How much you making a paycheck right now?
Well, I'm not making anything yet. I have to wait like 4 weeks, but
When do you start your job?
I started yesterday, but I don't get paid for 4 weeks from now. But it's
Okay.
like, shit, I don't know what 70, it's 70,000 divided by 26 pay periods.
I got a
Be
calculator.
around 30 an hour.
No. I'm not talking about hour. How much you get a paycheck, right? Because I'm gonna tell you something, then you go, like, oh, okay. So 70 divided by 26 pay periods. Okay. Times. Oh wait, let me go equals times 0.2. 0.8. No, that ain't right either. I divided. Hang on. Times 0.2 equals. That ain't right. Okay, let's do it this way. 70,000 divided by 70,000 times 0.8, 56. 56 divided by 26 pay periods is $2,000 a month. $2,000 a pay period. Okay, 2,100 after taxes. Okay, how much do you think you're going to make as an O1 in the military after taxes?
I have no idea.
$2,400 a month.
Oh,
So you ain't going to a bad financial situation. My E4, E5 is making $2,300 a paycheck right now in the SEAL teams. Okay.
Oh.
My officers are I want to say they're making $2,600 a paycheck right now, but they're both second lieutenant or first lieutenants already. They were making like $2,100, $2,200, $2,300 a paycheck. So you're not stepping back nowhere. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
You need to do your research. That's why I say, like, going to the military for 4 years is never a bad decision. Never a bad decision. Like, you're gonna learn so much leadership that the leadership that you're gonna learn negates all of the other stuff that you could be doing for 4 years. Like in your job right now, you're not gonna have a leadership role for 10 years, and then they're gonna give you like 3 people. Okay. In 4 years from now, you're gonna be a company commander and in charge of 90 guys. Make sense?
Wow. Yes, sir.
Okay. What kind of questions you got?
No more questions on my part.
Okay. Do this. Stay in contact, brother. I'm gonna shoot you a text message. And then we'll go from there, man. Appreciate the phone call. Appreciate you letting me use this for Zoom. So I can put it on YouTube. I was talking to one of my heavy hitters down at Louisville, man. He's running the accounting department.
Oh,
in
Louisville?
business. Yeah, in Louisville. And I told him I had to go talk to some crazy kid talking about want to be a Green Beret. He started laughing. He was in the Army. So
yeah, I used to live in Kentucky.
okay. Down south of Louisville, down at the Army base. Is it Fort
That was
Rutgers?
in Fort Knox.
You were at Fort Knox. Okay. Yeah. All right, brother. Don't be a stranger, man.
All right. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome, bud. Talk to you later.